Zen Metaphors. The wind and the fan. What if I told you that the truth of who you are is already blowing through your life like an invisible wind? And you're just too busy sweating to notice. And no, this isn't a video about staying cool in the summer or your latest existential crisis. It's a video about a Zen metaphor. Specifically, the metaphor of the wind and the fan, where a monk, seeing his master with a fan, asks, "If the wind is ever abiding, why, master, do you still use a fan?" And if you think that sounds like something you'd find on a dusty shelf next to the book, Clouds and Moonlight, think again. Because this one packs a conceptual punch that could unhinge your entire idea of traditional Zen practice. Here's the setup. The wind represents one's true nature, while the fan represents a Zen practice, namely Zazen. So, should we start with the punchline? How about this? You've been faithfully fanning yourself, absolutely determined to generate a soothing breeze, when in fact, it has always been there. That's it. It's that simple. This metaphor is compliments of the Zen master Dogen. In his Fuken Zazengi, he writes, "The wind is ever present, but the fan makes it felt." Boom. That's the whole deal. The purpose of the fan isn't to generate wind, but simply to reveal the wind that's already there. Translation? You don't do Zen to become anything. You do it to eventually reveal what's been true from day one. Let's pause. So why is this a big deal? Because most of us treat spiritual practices like self-improvement projects. Stack up some new habits. Read some new books. Download some inner peace like a mental app. But Zen flips that notion on its head. With Zen, you're not adding anything new. You're uncovering what already exists. Or better yet, you're sitting so still that the thing that's always been blowing is finally felt on your cheek. The wind doesn't need your help. It doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care whether you're in full lotus or slumped like a question mark. But if you never pick up the fan, if you never actually sit Zazen, it's unlikely that you'll ever truly feel it. And here's where it gets juicy. Dogen isn't saying Zazen is optional. He's saying it's essential, even though it doesn't cause anything. So what gives? The trouble is, the wind's benefits will often be lost in the occasional turbulence that the wind itself, inevitably stirs up. And so we do Zazen, as much to appreciate the wind in the absence of turbulence as to identify the sources of that turbulence. So how does this all manifest in Zazen? You sit, not to get somewhere, not to achieve enlightenment, but to enact the posture of presence. You sit like the wind is already here, because it is. The world slows down, the distractions settle, and suddenly, whoosh, there it is. The wind that you didn't realize was blowing all this time. Not new, not earned, just finally felt, finally understood. And you think, So this is the wind. We sit Zazen. We pick up the fan again and again and again. But over time, we pick it up for different reasons. First, to validate this teaching of an ever-abiding wind. Later, to fully understand the nature and source of turbulence. And last, we simply pick up the fan in response to the wind itself. Yes, the wind is ever-abiding. And whether we ever pick up a fan will not change that fact. But for those who consistently do, it will change everything.